Hi everybody, this is Odd Samurai, and today I'm going to be reacting to ReZero Season 3, Episode 4. But before that, let's talk about Episode 3, shall we? Specifically about the Garfield stuff first, and is what I'm going to talk about most, since that's what I liked the most, and I have more to talk about there. And then I'll talk about the rest of the episode. But yeah, we have, so first, we have his mom. I don't know if that's gonna be, important or not, or if that's just, a small hint at his mom, unconsciously, sensing some familiarity on him, but obviously not being able to tell why or how. In regards to her serving him some tea and knowing exactly what kind he would prefer. Because she says, I normally ask what sort of tea my guests prefer, but this time it came naturally. So there might be something to that. Especially if it's, if the cause was indeed Lai's ability to erase someone's memories. It could be something like during one of Season 2's failed loops, Ram kinda remembered Subaru throwing her at Rem, even though she shouldn't be able to. Okay, so yeah, he basically was getting ready to leave, but the boy called Fred was insisting him to stay, and then his mom says, they say every guest deserves hospitality, and so are you, after all. And Garfield makes a kind of a pained expression. So I think it's because, it just gives off like a phrase that he would say. So that kind of really brings home out of everything that that's really his mom. And then Mimi picks up on it, holds his hand, and starts leading him towards the door. Which, if you told me that Mimi was gonna end up being such a big emotional support for Garfield and just all around emotionally smart person, I would really have my doubts, but here we are. Then this kid's father arrives and just, Garfield tries to act like he's not bothered by, this is basically the family that he wishes he could have had. So it makes him uncomfortable, and he just kind of awkwardly leaves, almost like pushing the guy aside, while ignoring the little boy still calling out for him. Then his embodiment of why do I have such a big trouble saying this word? Of being inadequate, basically, in the form of Elsa, shows up again, and he trips. Then Mimi catches up to him, and he tries to play it off, but then the kid's father appears, and he tries to reward him for saving the boy. And Garfield is like, oh, you're gonna give me any reward, then I really want to know something. Is Liana your wife's real name? And the guy looks really taken aback, because obviously, how does this guy know that? Unless he knew her before she lost her memories. And then Garf actually says the name that he knows her by. And yeah, then the guy starts telling him how he came across her. So 15 years ago, she had already lost her memory. She indeed had an accident on a landslide, and he rescued her from that. But once she woke up, she didn't remember anything. All he could find was part of a name tag on her clothes. So people started calling her Liara, after the night blooming flower. That's, after that, they started a relationship, and that's, how all of this came to be. He says, she's my wife and the most important woman in my life. And just Garf has this, moment of oh, okay. Here, this guy is really showing to Garf that his mom now, in this state, has everything that she wanted once she left, which was a happy family. Unfortunately, it's not the same person that left the sanctuary, but a lot of Garfield's conflict came from, well, if she left to go and find her own happiness, then that means our suffering, or my suffering, was for a good reason. And then, he finds out, or rather he realizes that the reason she left was to make it so that their little family could have one more member. But now, this is someone completely different, and Garfield just doesn't really know how to deal with this. Because now it is a situation where, she left and she indeed found her happiness, but this is not the same person that that left the sanctuary and told Garf and Frederica, I'm going to bring your father. So then when the guy asks, what is your relationship to my wife, to Liara, Garfield just kind of looks up at the sky, takes a bit of a deep breath, looks at the guy again and says, I got nothing to do with your wife. Not at all. But doesn't really look at him while saying that. So, it's kind of I completely understand. But Garfield, I just feel so bad for him. Garfield can see that his mom has everything that she wanted, and it doesn't include him or Frederica. But he's choosing to not meddle in all this, not reveal the kind of connection that they have, because he probably feels that he'll kind of spoil what she has with these people. Even if he even did try, he'd probably feel like he doesn't belong here. Plus, we gotta remember that he doesn't live in Pristella, so it's not like he can just, I mean, he probably, like, if he told, I don't know, Amelia or Subaru, they would be like, like, it is a shame, and we understand, you can stay here if you want. But Garfield is like, I'm already on my path in life, and they already have this unit here that I don't really want to throw a wrench into, even if it would mean that he would have a relationship with her of some kind, even if she wouldn't find out that, even if she can't remember that he's her son. So he takes the really, really selfless choice to just basically remove himself from the equation completely. Or as much as he can, while he's still here. And you might say, well, like, at the same time, it's also a little selfish, since he's kind of taking away the option for her to choose whether she wants to have or even build a relationship with Garf. But, I can definitely see why he does this. So then she comes in, bringing snacks, and Mimi grabs them, since Garfield is just, kind of out of it. But yeah, they leave. And we have a scene in the rooftop. Or, like, Mimi can easily tell that Garfield is just really trying to keep everything in. Really locked on their key. But she doesn't let him. She really wants him to have this moment to let all of this out. And honestly, I really don't see anyone else in the Miller camp being able to do this for Garfield. So I'm so happy that she's here for him. And that they have this dynamic here. Because Garfield would be worse off without it. But yeah, he says, introducing myself that way won't do any good. Yeah, she likes Garfield, but apparently he doesn't like her romantically. We'll see. He can be a bit of a tsundere, but maybe something will happen eventually between these two. Regardless, he really lets it all out. Why did you forget about me? I finally managed to find you. You're not even gonna let me call you that. And of course, all of these are just irrational feelings, since it's not her fault that she lost her memories. But, humans have irrational feelings, and he's letting all that out in a safe space, and not saying that to her. And it's like, of course, this is the truth. As much as he's like, oh, I'm just gonna, let her do her thing. I shouldn't overstep in this thing that she's built for herself here. But, oh man, does it hurt him deeply that he feels it has to be this way. Thankfully, the next morning, he looks a little bit more like himself. And we find out that Mimi has also that her mom abandoned her and her siblings. So another shitty parent. And I'm not including Garf's mom, is that obviously. But just, in the overall world of ReZero. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say about Garfield. Honestly, in regards to the rest of the episode, Uh, I guess Otto. What happened to Otto? He last time we saw him, he was in front of Laibat and Kaitos, and we don't get to see him after. So, did Lai get to him? Did he eat his memories? Are we gonna get a who's Otto moment? I don't know. Also, Lai referred to himself as us and we, so there's a possibility of a multiple personality within him. Also, Regulus, with his personality and considering Sidious really wanted to kill Emilia, who he now sees as his property, I'm surprised that he didn't try to kill her. So I'm guessing, there's like a rule that archbishops cannot kill each other. Also, I don't know if, it could be just a joke or it could be Subaru falling in unhealthy habits, but when Subaru calls Emilia his waifu, which I know he says yome, which means bride, but I think in Japanese otaku culture, like, that's basically, the equivalent. Like, if this is Subaru basically unconsciously taking away Emilia's agency again. Because, well, he could have just said, Emilia doesn't belong to anyone. She's her own person. But he chose to be like, oh, she's mine, not yours. Plus, it could also be because, in episode 2, Emilia was all like, I want to protect you, just as much as you want to protect me, and I don't want to see you get hurt. Well, I'm none the wiser. And this might be Subaru kind of like, this is his unhealthy way of reacting to Emilia being hurt after he was okay with letting her participate in the fight. Also, what the hell are Regulus's powers? Witch factor / authority? We still don't know. It was like a force field, and then he like kicks a pebble, and that's what injures Subaru's legs. I don't know. We still don't know. But the episode ends with Subaru, Krush, Wilhelm, Felix, Anastasia, and Al about to share information, since the lost archbishop just showed up as well. And I don't think anyone knows that Lai has showed up as well. And we found out that the remains of the witch are in this town. Now, Anastasia doesn't say which witch, but I just assume it was Satala, because that's, whenever someone says witch in this world, that's usually who they mean. Oh yeah, the archbishops kept taking the towers. So yeah, we'll see what they plan. But that's all I have to say for episode 3. A bit of a long-winded one, but I feel like episode 3 definitely deserved it, with how amazing the stuff with Garfield was. So yeah, let's get into it, shall we? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh yeah, his mom asked him if these two could look for her kids. Garfield was like, oh shit, because at first he was gonna look for Emilia and Subaru. So he chose his mom over them. Shit, if she says that, then she has to be correct. Thank you. Okay, so these are not just random fodder witch cultists. What's happening here? Heinkel just being a piece of shit again. Thank you, Felt. Man, this is so good for Reinhardt, though. I'm sorry, I don't like seeing him hurt, but like emotionally hurt, obviously. But like, this is so good for his character. Also, somebody thinking of Satala like me. Oh, okay. Thank you, Al, for clarifying that. You would think that. I don't know. I wouldn't. Oh, what happened to them? I'm gonna keep that in mind. Glad we have this media. Ricardo? Oh, oh no, he's injured. Hetero. Oh, they have a divine protection. Oh shit, did Mimi get it really injured? No! Please, please heal her as best as you can. What? Oh, Garfield, this is not gonna be good for his psyche. Ooh, I don't like that sound. Her laugh is like nails on a chalkboard. Okay. So his name was not erased. Oh, so it was Tifon? Also has. Oh. Ricardo looks a little different than I remember. Oh, Garfield. Hmm. He did something right. No. Oh shit. Why are these random witch cultists so resilient? Oh no, did Mimi. Okay. Oh, so yeah, that's how it happened. No. Thank you, Ricardo. Mm. Oh, that's giving me Emilia vibes from season 2. Mm. Okay. Mm. But we get a plan. Yeah, always. Mm. That should be no surprise. Uh, okay. Yeah, there are definitely other things to worry about as well. Yeah, that's quite the. Like, how is that a divine protection? That seems so negative. Okay. It's been a year, so. What about him? He's a knight! He surely as hell has something. Oh. What? Hmm. Hey. Yeah. Julius, Ricardo, Wilhelm, they saw it. Good advice. Oh. Yeah, that's right. They hadn't been told. Bye, Kyodai. Let's see each other later. Hmm. Yo, Julius being the one to have Subaru's back here. Yeah, to calm him down. And Subaru actually listening. That's that's Subaru showing his maturity. Mm. I was just hoping that Ricardo or someone else would carry him. What the hell are these? Okay. Ooh. Ooh, be careful! Ooh, nice! Oh shit. Oh, thank you. That's crazy that they have to use all these fighters. There has to be something special about these two witch cultists. What? A dragon? Wait, she's not the dragon, right? The eyes, though. She's really provoking him. Yeah, dragons are supposed to be cool. Oh, she can smell the witch's scent. Subaru being meta to buy time. Arc 1 vibes. Alclauseria! Let's go! I don't think it's gonna be enough. Oh, that's a really fast regeneration. Definitely making the dragon form look lame. Following the gospel. That's such a weird looking dragon face. Oh yeah, that was very nice of this two to just wait. But I'm guessing she would have gotten angry if our guys weren't paying full attention to her. Wait, I thought Julius meant for Subaru to stay with her down there. But okay, we're going with him. Ow, 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 ow. Ooh. Very different clothes. And hairstyle. Bokutachi. That's gonna be a different personality. Mm. Oh, yeah, different name too. Well, so much for Subaru staying calm. But obviously I don't blame him. Man, this ending is so cool. Ah. Oh. Emilia? Oh, good. Oh, God. Oh, that's really, really, really creepy. I'm just really going to assume the best from Regulus and assume he just took her clothes and just left her there with blankets on. Uh, so I'm going to take the glass half full approach and take the question as he didn't do anything while she was passed out. Okay then. But man, so there was a lot this episode as usual. But once again, I think my favorite part of the episode was everything to do with Garfield. I think he's going to end up being my one of my favorite characters in the arc. I mean, he's already one of my favorite characters overall. But even so, just when he came in through the door while holding Mimi's injured body was, man, that hurt. And that's just going to keep on piling on in regards to his mountain of insecurities in regards to his strength. And even before it happened, when we see the flashback to them fighting those two witch cultists, Garfield was having his Elsa, demon on the shoulder interfering with him during the fight. So obviously it's not something that just went away after one good talk with Mimi, It's something that is going to keep gnawing at him until he either can prove to himself that, if something does happen, to someone that he really cares about in battle, that doesn't mean it's his fault. Or he grows strong enough so that that can't happen. But I doubt it's going to be the second one. Or I would appreciate it more if it was the first one. And there was kind of a, an allusion to that. When Ricardo just kind of went up to him and tried to thank him for, after all, it's not, like Mimi is dead. Or like Garfield just abandoned her in the middle of battle to die or something. No. Obviously, because he cares so much for her that he brought her as fast as he could for her to be healed. But he doesn't see it that way. It was simply because she was injured while he was there that he sees it as his fault. That he sees it, once again, as something, as another proof that he's useless. And Ricardo, tried to help out on that regard. But I don't think it's something that was going to be solved here. And well, at first he was, at the very least, he changed from like, I can't do anything, I just, like, he was completely frozen in fear and self-blame. So at the very least, Ricardo got him to turn his fear into anger, and to hopefully use it in a productive way. But, like, things in regards to his mentality have not changed. If he loses again, he'll go and spiral in exactly the same way. Because he, well, nothing has changed from between here and then in regards to the way that he thinks. And Ricardo even points out, it was Mimi's decision to protect you and take the hit for you. Well, you can say that, the hit was exactly aimed at her, but like, you could make the argument that she could have tried to get out of the way, but if she did, then they might have hit Garf instead. So yeah. And she could have also, before the fight started, be like, you do that and fight them, but I'm gonna go. But obviously she didn't. It was her decision to stay here. Garfield was going through a similar arc that Subaru has gone through and still is kinda going through. Which is basically, you can't protect everybody at all times. Things will happen, and you kinda just have to live with that. It's not your fault. Doesn't matter. Also, yeah. The moment where I said he's giving me Amelia vibes from Arc 2. Specifically, the whole argument that she has with Subaru in episode 15. When at first he starts with like, I don't blame you, you've clearly been in a lot of pain for going through the trial. So no matter what you do, I won't be disappointed with you. And immediately it's like, why? You should. Are you not disappointed because you never expected anything from me? Like, you should blame me. I'm being useless and I'm being a pain. I just can't understand why you're being so lenient. So that kind of, the way Garf was acting here kind of reminded me of that. So hopefully he can get his own, like, no, doesn't matter what you do, I'm not gonna get disappointed with you. I believe in you, Whether it's through romance like with Mimi or friendship like Subaru, I appreciate you, I care about you, I'm not going to abandon you just because you're showing moments of weakness. So yeah, I'm really, really, really interested on how Garfield's arc is going to pan out. Then we have the Reinhardt and Felt and Heinkel scene, which feels very disconnected from everything that's going on. Like, of course, if Heinkel is going to be a piece of shit, might as well do it while everyone else is distracted, saving the city. But yeah, just felt being like, don't worry about it, Heinkel, he might be saying this, but I don't think he's gonna go through with it. I don't know about that. We don't really know if Heinkel will or won't back his threats. But I just really like that Felt is not at all, how should I say, like, through her demeanor, she's not letting affect Reinhardt. Like, of course, Reinhardt wants to stay here and make sure that Heinkel doesn't hurt her. But, like, Felt is like, don't, just do and just go and do your duty as a knight and save all of those other people. Don't worry about me. Like, she's basically trying to make the decision easier for Reinhardt. Which is, definitely, if you're gonna have Reinhardt have a conflict such as this, which is like, save Felt or save the people, like everyone else, this is the way to do it. Because as shitty as his dad is, I don't think Reinhardt wants to actually kill him or even fatally injure him. Now you might say, well, he could try and injure him in a way that won't be permanent and still manage for him to not be a threat anymore to Felt. But there's definitely a lot going on in regards to Heinkel being the one that is in this position, and that's why it's messing with the Reinhardt conviction. Also, yeah, when you find out that, indeed, just because they said the witch, that didn't mean that we should assume it was Atella. Which, like, good thing they addressed, because Beatrice led us astray during season 1 on that one. Also, apparently, Al knows that it was Tiffany, and no one reacted to it. Not even Subaru, who's the only one here who's actually met her. So, like, how does Al know that info? And I think he even says it twice. But yeah, he's gonna go back to Priscilla. Although, as much as I like Al, and I don't doubt him for a second, I wouldn't blame people for thinking he's kind of sus at leaving the Subaru's group here. Also, that Julius and Subaru moment was really good. When he's like, calm down, Subaru, please, This is not gonna help us if you are like super like in constant anger, like ready and not in control of your emotions. Yeah, you're getting too worked up. And Subaru actually recognizes it and like can't tell it's going to be a hindrance to their mission if he can't keep it together. So he takes a deep breath and listens to what Julius says. And as much as of a problem he has with Julius, like looking at a mirror of his own insecurities, or rather, what he thinks he is, that Julius is everything that he's not. He still recognizes Julius' good qualities, and when he's right. Also, oh my god, what's her name again? The lost archbishop being able to turn into a dragon? I would say that's cool. But no, that's a wasted opportunity with how lame she makes the dragon look. Now, how does she do it? Who knows? But Lai's other self is called Roy. Alright? But that's definitely gonna be like, like if we find Otto and he's like, have you seen the I saw the gluttony archbishop and this is his name. And Subaru's like, no, that's not his name. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure how, like, how that's gonna, what's the multiple personality gonna do for Lai as a character. But we end on a scene with disturbing potential between Regulus and Emilia. And that's the episode. So if you enjoyed my reaction, please like and subscribe. Till next time, see ya.